Hi everyone, welcome to the Roving Balys.
Over the next 3 videos, we'll be motorhoming from the New South Wales coast into the high country and back again. Today we're heading inland through Australia's country music heartland and up to the nation's highest city.
If you're new here, we're Chris and Lydia, and today we're heading off for our very first road trip in a motorhome, Vanlife at last. If you saw our last video, we did a dry run for the weekend and that seemed to go pretty well. So today we're packing up and heading off for a week. To start off with, we're heading up into the England Tablelands, up to the Tamworth Armidale area. And then in our next vlog, we'll be taking one of the most scenic drives in Australia, the waterfall way from Armidale down to the coast.
So stick around and let's see what we get up to. But we better get going because it looks like there's a storm coming, so we want to get away before it hits us.
Meet our partner in this adventure. We first introduced her in our last video, where we asked you to help us give her a name. So now, meet Boomer. For our international viewers, Boomer is Aussie slang for a kangaroo, not a nod to baby boomers. We're Gen X after all. Anyway, after packing Boomer with everything we need for a week and probably more, we hit the road.
So we're in the motorhome now. We've officially hit the road and so far so good. It looks a bit gloomy out there, so we're hoping we don't get rain because we've just discovered when we went to clean the windows, I'll turn it around, that this has come loose. So it looks like there's a snake on the windscreen. Anyway, we'll fix that hopefully. I also discovered that there's a sock that someone left on the dashboard. And we're wondering if that's like a good luck charm for motorhomes or something, or if it's just accidentally been left there to dry. So let us know if it's a good luck charm. Anyway, we're about to take the first exit, which is onto the M15, I believe, and that takes us out to Singleton and Muswellbrook on our way to Tamworth. Hunter Valley Vineyards. Maybe we should stop for some wine tasting. What do you reckon, Chris? Would that go well with driving? No? Oh, what a shame. Maybe another time.
Today we're heading inland from Newcastle along the New England Highway, through the coal mining heartland of the Upper Hunter, over the Great Dividing Range and down to Tamworth, Australia's country music capital. From there we climb back into the mountains to reach Armidale, Australia's highest city.
Oh, I see blue skies. We're heading in the right direction.
That's good news.
We were just looking at grey skies, so we're now going to blue skies. We don't have a radio, so that's a little bit sad. So I'm just going to have to sing the whole way. What shall I sing? Grey skies are gonna clear up, put on a happy face.
First stop, it's time for a coffee, I think.
It is, it's hot. It's warm. We're actually very parched. We need, we'll probably get some electrolytes and a coffee just so we can rehydrate before we dehydrate.
The air conditioning isn't working in this motorhome in the cabin, so we're only getting a fan blowing air on us.
So it's not really cooling us down.
No. And it's very windy.
Very windy.
This motorhome is like a giant sail. So
I thought Chris was just driving really badly there for a minute. I'm thinking, what is he doing? Anyway, the wind's blowing us around quite a bit. Anyway, it is time for a coffee. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's hot out here. Woo! It's warm. Cheers.
The Upper Hunter is one of Australia's largest and most significant coal mining regions. Along the way we passed numerous locomotives hauling long chains of coal-laden wagons on their way to the port of Newcastle to be shipped around the world. We passed through the townships of Singleton and Muswellbrook. Despite being major hubs for the coal mining industry, these towns still retain a classic Aussie country charm, with colonial buildings, wide main streets and rolling farmland. We were lucky to be travelling in November, the peak jacaranda season, when the jacaranda trees are covered in beautiful purple blooms. To us, a flowering jacaranda signals that summer has arrived. The Upper Hunter is also well known for its horse studs. In fact, the region around Scone is often called the horse capital of Australia, with more than 70 thoroughbred studs dotted across the countryside.
Chris is looking comfortable there. He's getting the swing of driving this thing now. I haven't had a go yet. Not rushing to have a go yet either. I'm quite happy being the passenger. We've just had a bit of rain on the hot road. It's been a very hot day today, and the rain hitting the tarmac. It just has this smell about it, which I love. And then being in the country and the humidity and the rain, you can smell the eucalyptus trees, and it's just this beautiful smell of the country. It's like we've had some trees come down here.
Yeah.
Wow, they must have had some high winds. Look at this. Oh, there's debris down everywhere. That looks like it's just happened. We are now in Murrurundi. That's a mouthful. Murrurundi. Try and say that 3 times. Murrurundi. Oh, I see a gelato sign. I think we need to give the local township some business, honey. Yay. I did spot an ice cream shop, so we're going to check it out. Oh, look at the little bike. Look at the little, that's cute, isn't it? Goodness.
Did you have a storm come, like a big storm?
We had hail and smashing into the glass there.
Oh, you're
Wow,
joking.
so
How long
we
ago
have-
was that?
I've lost track of time. Probably an hour and a half ago.
Oh, wow. So
Right.
we've done well. We've missed
Yeah,
it then.
we just missed out.
Oh, my goodness.
It's pretty
We've
wild, yeah.
got mine, got yours. We're going to go and sit out the back.
Cool.
Thank you. All right. This is pretty. What a lovely spot. This is a nice afternoon stop. We're having dessert before dinner. That's quite all right by me. Yum. Thank you, little gelato shop, for a lovely freshly made gelato. I had sorbet and it was delicious.
Look how cute this town is.
It's a lovely little town. Apparently we're about to get a big storm, and they did have a storm through here about 2 hours ago, and it was big chunks of hail and trees came down. The debris that we just saw before was
Huge
some
winds.
of the remnants from that storm, and she said she had hail chunks coming into the shop, and her umbrellas for outside all got blown down the laneway. Yeah, it's been a big storm, and it looks like we're going to potentially get a bit more of that storm, because we can hear rumbling of thunder in the background. So we've got another hour's left of driving. Hopefully we get to Tamworth before it really comes down, or hopefully we bypass it. So now we've got blue skies ahead. Wow, looks like we've dodged the big storm, thankfully. Now we've got clear skies up ahead, cooler weather, and about another 40 minutes and we should be there.
55
Oh,
kilometres.
55 kilometres, 40 minutes to go, and I believe there is a watering hole waiting for us. What do you think, Chris?
I think there's a 99% chance.
Yeah, I reckon we'll find it. I reckon we'll be able to sniff out a watering hole.
After Murrurundi, the highway drops down off the range and into the fertile Liverpool Plains, classic big sky farming country. Then the land gradually rises again as you leave the plains behind, leading into the rolling hills around Tamworth.
that's the Country Music Hall of Fame. And then our tourist park should be just around here somewhere.
There it is, Big Four Paradise. Next exit.
Turn right, then turn left.
Turn right here. That's us. That's us. You have arrived at your destination. Is she going to say it?
Turn left, then turn right.
Ah, you don't know where you are. We're here. Stretch the legs. Oh. We're here. We made it. And the sky's blue.
It's beautiful. It's really nice. All that bad weather, thunderstorms, all disappeared.
We don't have to do too much. We'll put the things down and then find the watering hole.
Okay, it sounds good to me. Let's go.
Our home for the night was Paradise Tourist Park, right on the river at the edge of town, but just a 15-minute stroll from the Tamworth town centre.
You found the pool?
Yep.
This is about as far as Lydia gets.
In the pool?
Yeah, you always go to the water's edge, you always feel the water, and then you always say...
It's not too bad.
Oh no, you don't say that. You normally say, that's too cold for me.
I've been getting braver.
Yeah, there's a little recreation area in here with a TV and a kitchen area.
Lounge and a fireplace. Don't think we'll be needing a fireplace tonight.
No.
But pretty good setup for a kitchen. Geez, you could cook up a storm in here, I reckon.
You could.
We won't be doing that. We're going to the pub.
Okay. And seeing that Tamworth is the country music capital of the country...
Surely there's some music around. And it's Saturday night, so I imagine there has to be live music in Tamworth on a Saturday night in a pub. So let's see if we tick that off our list tonight, because that's, you know, if you come to Tamworth, you've got to hear some live country music.
On a Saturday night. Come on, Tamworth, what have you got?
Let's see if they deliver. Come on.
There's good old Aussie country royalty here, with Slim Dusty and Joy McKean here on Peel Street, the main street here in Tamworth. Well, we found a pub. It's supposed to be the oldest pub in the area, courthouse since 1876, and they've got music.
I've got enough to feed a family. I think I'll be having a doggy bag.
You have?
It's a half a chicken in my bowl. They make big servings here in Tamworth. So I'll be having a doggy bag.
And I got steak, chips and salad. Perfect for a country pub. But we got lots of kids running around.
Very noisy.
Very noisy. Anyway, cheers. Good morning everyone, welcome back to Tamworth. We had a good sleep last night after a longish drive. This morning it's a beautiful day outside, we're going to make our way to Armidale. But before we do that, we're going to go and explore Tamworth a little bit, because it is the country music capital of Australia. It's sort of Australia's version of Nashville, I guess.
Hello, good morning. Off to learn some music history of Tamworth.
Our first stop of the day was the Australian Country Music Hall of Fame, conveniently located right next door to our tourist park on the edge of the Tamworth town centre.
The roof of this museum is shaped like a guitar. Can't see it so much from ground level, but from above you can definitely see.
Good morning. Good, how are you going?
The birth of Tamworth as a country music mecca can be traced back to 1969, when local radio station 2TM formally declared Tamworth as Australia's country music capital, probably as a clever marketing move to capitalise on the genre's growing popularity. Then, in 1973, the station launched the very first Australian Country Music Awards, handing out the now iconic golden guitar statuettes. Over the decades, the festival that grew around the awards has expanded into a massive 10-day event. The Hall of Fame celebrates the history of country music in Australia and honours its legends. It's packed with memorabilia, including stage outfits, instruments, recordings, tour posters, and personal items donated by the artists themselves.
This is pretty funny. Keith, I couldn't recognise it's Keith Urban. He looks very different today than he did back in the day.
There's also fantastic audio-visual exhibits telling the story of Australian country music and featuring interviews with its icons. Run by volunteers, the Hall of Fame is well worth a visit, and with an entry fee of just $10, it's a must-see for anyone coming to Tamworth. Tamworth's town centre also has some lovely parks. Bicentennial Park is a relaxing spot to feed the ducks, picnic beneath a blooming jacaranda tree, or let the kids burn off some excess energy at the awesome playground. Another must-see is the Hands of Fame Park, where the handprints of several hundred country music artists, songwriters, producers and other legends of the Australian country music scene are set in concrete for everyone to see. There's Slim Dusty. I think my hands and Slim's hands are about the same size. So there's Slim Dusty's hand size. Tex Morton is Smokey Dawson. Okay. You seen enough hands?
Yep.
There's not a lot of parking in town of Tamworth for motorhomes and longer vehicles, but right here near the Hands of Fame Park, they've got a car park that you can park your motorhome, and then you can just walk up into the street. It's only another 2 minutes into the main street for a cup of coffee. Our final stop in Tamworth was the big golden guitar, modelled on the famous Golden Guitar Award statuette. We actually passed it on the way into town the day before, and at 12 metres tall, it's pretty hard to miss. You'll find it just outside of town, right in front of the Tamworth Visitor Information Centre. We ducked inside and discovered it's more than just a fun photo op. There's also a country music themed wax museum and a guitar museum, and with entry only $10, we decided we may as well take a quick look.
Smokey Dawson, I've heard of Smokey.
I think everyone's heard of Smokey.
Yeah, Smokey and his reclining chairs.
Tex Bain's Hootenanny.
So what is a hootenanny?
So I'm guessing that's the Hootenanny. Basically,
Is it a one-man band,
it's a one-man band. Bells, he's got a tambourine, he's got an old washboard, a horn, all sorts of things.
Okay.
So I always wondered what a hootenanny was. We use that word in Australia, I don't know in what context, but if you can tell me what it's actually used for, I'd love to hear about it.
But right behind us here, we've got Slim Dusty.
The man himself.
The National Guitar Museum definitely had a country flavour, featuring guitars from many country artists, both Australian and international. But it wasn't limited to country. There were guitars from rock bands, popular artists, and legendary acts like the Beatles. The real attention grabbers, though, were the unusual, the unique, and the downright weird guitars. And of course, there was even a contribution from these Aussie legends.
Thank you. Whoa! Thank you. It's iconic symbol of Tamworth, really, isn't it?
It is.
Well, that was kind of fun, I think.
Good. Yeah, no, it was good.
A lot of interesting guitars and fancy guitars.
12-string guitar. I've never seen a 12-string guitar before in real life. I don't know how you'd play that with 10 fingers.
But there was guitars belonging to lots of famous people, not just country and western singers, but all sorts. The Beatles, yeah.
The Beatles were there.
Kiss, Paul Stanley was there, Paul Kelly.
And one interesting observation I've just made is they've got the golden guitar, if you look over here, pan over here, next to the golden arch. I don't know if that's strategically been placed that way or if it's just a coincidence, but I thought that was quite funny.
Okay, let's head off to Armidale.
As we left Tamworth and headed north, we began climbing back into the Great Dividing Range. The open plains gave way to more rugged countryside, hillier and rockier with a definite high country feel.
So we've got a bit of a dilemma. We are currently 15 minutes out of Armidale and it is 4:45 and the caravan park closes at 5 p.m. I've tried to ring to say we're nearly there 3 times and nobody's answering. So I'm a bit concerned that they may have given themselves an early mark and gone home for the day, which means we may not have somewhere to camp tonight. So we will keep you posted.
Well, we made it into the tourist park in Armidale. It was 1 minute past 5 when we arrived and they were all closed up. But luckily they had a after hours phone number and we were directed to our power site. It's pretty quiet here, so there was no trouble getting in. There's plenty of spare sites around, but it's a beautiful evening and we can have a nice relaxing drink before we decide what we're going to do for dinner.
So there doesn't seem to be much open in Armidale on a Sunday night. They've got, by the looks of things, some really nice restaurants, but Sundays and Mondays they are closed. And it is, in fact, Sunday today, so we've decided to do a little cooking in our little home. Yeah, nice easy night in, which is kind of what I feel like anyway. So I think it's worked out for the best.
Yep.
We will see you tomorrow. Good night.
All right.
Armidale was founded way back in the 1830s and many of its beautiful colonial and Victorian era buildings are still standing. Sitting 1,000 metres up in the New England High Country, it's Australia's highest city and home to the nation's first regional university. It's well worth strolling the leafy streets to admire the grand heritage buildings, cathedral spires and the peaceful parks and gardens.
It's another beautiful day here in the New England Tablelands and we've come into Armidale to have a look around all this beautiful colonial architecture that it has here. It really is a pretty town and I have to admit I've got nostalgic reasons for wanting to come here because I used to live here back when I was only 5 years old. My family spent a year living in Armidale, so I want to go back and visit our old house. Not that I'll remember it from 5 years old, but I do remember playing in Armidale Mall here at the park, and I think my dad's got some really old video of that, so let's see if I can convert it into digital, and if I can, I'll insert it into the video right now. Here I am in front of my old home, number 111. I think I've got a photo that my parents took of my sister and I in front of this letterbox. But thank you for indulging me on this little nostalgic journey to Armidale. In our next video, we'll be heading from this highest city in Australia right back down to the coast, along one of the most scenic drives in Australia, the Waterfall Way. So we hope that you can roving with us on that adventure. But for now, it's bye for now.